Hey, it's your boy DJ Wolf. You know, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm glad today's Friday, because if I had to work a 6.5 day work week, I'd lose my mind. And I'm like, anyway, because you need that Saturday and Sunday to rest your mind, get your mind right. You really do. You really seriously do. I got to see about starting my own business. I was telling my old lady that, because I think, you know, how can I put it? I think one of the reasons why a lot of us we have the double-digit joblessness right now, because we don't create our own wealth. And I hear people talk about it all the time, and it's true. You know, I think if the generations before mine had continued to do that, maybe, you never know. But I can't totally down them, because they were just coming off a lot of mess that was going on during the lifetimes before me. But by the same token, like I said, when I was a kid back in the 70s, I saw a lot of them people working for all these big companies like Ford, GM, and other big companies, and driving big cars, all right, and not amassing wealth. But I mean, not amassing wealth, instead of spending money on the big cars, how about putting that money away, start your own businesses? You know, that didn't happen for a lot of people. And then eventually, those jobs started going overseas because too many people were dependent on the job and not their own, and trying to build their independent wealth. You know, not trying to build on by starting their own businesses. You know, and therefore, when those jobs went away, so did those incomes, because that's what some of those people, that's all they knew. You know, and I think in the long run, it hurt our economy. That was one of the things I realized. Well, I knew that all the time, but I realized that more and more every time I go back home to Cleveland, because we had a lot of major blue-collar businesses and companies and manufacturers that were there, you know, by the pound, several of them. You know, back during that era, jobs were plentiful all over there, you know, from the highly skilled to the lower skilled jobs. And businesses all over town were, and during especially my side of town, was booming. I drove by one of the main streets over there, near where I grew up, over on Hayden. It's a damn near ghost town, man. And people, you don't see people over there much anymore. Matter of fact, you don't see businesses over there at all. And one thing you definitely don't see, you don't see cars passing through. And one of the reasons why the cars don't pass through it, because a lot of people don't want to drive around that area because the potholes are so bad. You know, but I'm thinking the city could create jobs by actually allowing people to repair those potholes, or like give them jobs to do that. I mean, man, it's just sad, man. It's just like it was. I could honestly say it was a virtual embarrassment to take my wife back home to see that. She's been there a number of times before, but she saw the decay that's been going on the last several years that she's been going over there since I've been with her. Since she's been with me. And it's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. And heartbreaking to me personally. Although, when the county came back Sunday, nothing broke my heart more than seeing that 74-year-old man get shot by this asshole, you know, who not only posted on Facebook, but he had a crying about his girlfriend, you know, and all that. He really was trying to blame his girlfriend for why he did what he did. That's a punk move, first of all. And then the fact that he was talking about, I don't know where to get help at. This is a guy who was a behavior specialist. That's what he said he did. All right. And then on top of that, I'm thinking, wait, dude, you're in the business. You're in the industry. Where would you not know where to get help from? Really? And I'm thinking, really? None of it made any sense. I don't know. It's scary times we live in, man. I'm telling you right now. And I was just thinking, I actually was at the mall on last Friday too. I wasn't near his way, but my understanding was he was in the vicinity, or general vicinity of where I grew up at. And he even talked about it, that going to those areas in detail. People just losing their hearts and their minds and everything else around here, man. I said, man, it's heartbreaking. You know, I'm at a loss of words. You know, it really is. It's just, wow. I am. I'm a complete loss. You know, also today is the 1 year anniversary of Prince's death, his passing. I told somebody that at work today, and they were like, "Nah, man, it was like happened yesterday." And it did. I swear to God, it does seem like it happened yesterday, because I remember a year ago when I announced it, and my office was like, "Wow," and we were all shocked. We were all shocked. It was like reliving what happened to Michael Jackson years earlier. You know, I wasn't home when Michael Jackson passed away, and I was on my computer. And I was watching TV, and TMZ was covering it, and then I was on my computer watching CNN covering it, and even when they made the announcement after he was in the hospital, it was just like, wow, my heart just dropped, man. I was like, oh my God. It was just wow, I couldn't believe it. I mean, this is a dude that I grew up with from the time I was 4 or 5 years old. I didn't know a word without Michael Jackson. And it kind of was the same way as Prince. I was a teenager when Prince came around. You know, it was the same thing. You know? But it's like the age of innocence is truly gone. It's gone. There is no more age of innocence now. It's just life and death. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, it's scary. It's just like, these times, I don't know. We all have to pray up. We all got to live right, man. We all got to live right. We all got to do right, man. For each other. We all got to look out for each other, man. I'm telling you, look out for your fellow man, fellow woman, black, white, don't matter what they are. Because these times, I'm telling you, it's a sign of the times, so to speak, Princeton. But it's just sad the way people treat each other anymore, man. It's heartbreaking. It's truly heartbreaking. You know, I was reading about Mr. Godwin, and they were saying, you know, that he was a very religious, very devout man. And he believed in forgiveness, and he practiced his family to believe in it too. It's hard. I'm telling you, it's hard to do that, especially when something like that happens in your family. It's just, you know. I remember my sister-in-law's boyfriend, fiance, got killed. He was murdered back in 2001. It's still heartbreaking to me. You know, he was a really, really, really nice guy. You know, the kind of people you drank beer with, man. Just, as a matter of fact, we did watch games. You know, we had fun with our kids together and everything. It was just. He just was not that kind of guy, man. And people just don't give a fuck no more, man. That's what really just like it gets under me. It gets to me, man. Times, man, when I think about it, you know, it really does. You know, people don't give a fuck. The cops don't give a fuck. You know, I don't know. At least that's the way it comes off to me. You know, especially when you see the officers seeing dirty cops doing this to people, and they're not being punished for it. You know, And then I go home to my hometown and I see the way my family are living right now. It's just sad. It's fucking sad. You know? Everybody's like split off, doing their own thing, all divided. It's just, man, it's not right, man. It ain't right. This ain't in God's plans at all. You know? It is. It's man, it's just, you know. Excuse me. It's just, yeah, forgive me, my sinus has been bothering me for the last couple of days. It's just not right. You know, when we're going to sit down and break bread and talk about our differences, talk about our problems, and work out those differences and work out those problems instead of, you know, using other methods to try to resolve them, man. You know, nothing wrong with talking, man. Nothing wrong with working out the differences the right way. That's what we have to teach our kids, man. That's what we got to teach our generations of children, to learn to talk out their differences and try to work things out right, man. All this bullshit got to stop right across the fucking board. Excuse my French. I'm just really upset about it. I'm upset. I'm heated. I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm upset. And I'm sad all at the same time. And I don't know which emotion to use first. You know, I'm using calm right now. And that's the way I want to do it. Because I'm so sad I can't even cry. I'm so angry I can't get upset. I'm too mad I can't get worried. The only thing I can do is talk about it. That's all I know how to do, is to do it the right way. You know? But the more I think about it, the more I want to talk about it even less. But the more I want to deal with the issues even more and try to go about doing a more cohesive way of resolving issues, you know, resolving conflict. And we want to take the world and say, you know, shake the world and, hey, wake up, people. We're one world. We need to realize that we need to come together as one and work and talk out our differences, man. Even if you have to cry it out, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, people do it every day. You know, I'm a man, but I ain't ashamed to cry, especially when it comes to things that really bother me. You know, I'd rather cry out than hurt out. You know, because I ain't about that. I ain't about to hurt nobody, man. I don't want nobody to hurt me. You know? What hurts the world more than anything is prejudice and hate. You know? People just hate for no good damn reason. No good damn reason at all. Just hate for hate. And that's what we got. Love is, like I said, love, and I said it before in the podcast, love is the most misused word. It's probably the most abused word of all time is love. People talk about love. People preach about love. People act upon love. But nobody truly, at least the way I've seen it anymore, nobody truly accepts love for what it speaks of. To be kind to one another. To be respectful of one another. To give thanks and praise for one another. As well as give thanks to God for a life that you live in the air that you breathe every day. And to think about thinking well of others and being there for others. And stop being closed-minded about other people, man, and just treat people with a righteous heart, man. You know? That's the kind of world I like to see. that's the world I want to be in. This is DJ Wolf, guys. I just had to get this off my chest, man. It's just, this has been a hard week for me. This was probably one of the hardest weeks I've seen in a while for me, in terms of dealing with a lot of the crazy mess that's been going on for the past week, ever since I left to go to Cleveland last Thursday. I didn't think I'd be talking this way this week about it. I thought I would give a little bit more cheerful insight to what has been going on, and I can't. I just can't. I gotta talk straight from my heart about what I see and what I have seen. So, all right, guys. This is DJ Wolf. I said all I had to say for right now. If you have something you'd like to say that's on your mind, please, by all means, feel free to contact me. DJ Wolf online at yahoo.com. DJ Wolf Live on Facebook. And I can also be reached on For All to Hear TV in the comment section on YouTube and For All to Hear on Twitter. All right, guys. This is DJ Wolf. That's all I got to say. Oh, there's one more thing I got to say. Thank you very much for those followers that have been following me for the past almost 8 years. Oh, my Twitter account now is batting at 1,000. So I've made my goal. One of my main goals on Twitter was to get to 1,000 followers. I can't believe that. 1,000 followers in 8 years. And matter of fact, when I started back using Twitter just about 5 years ago, I think about 5 years ago, I only had 50. I don't think I had 50 followers. Now I got 1,000. Wow. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It goes to show that people do listen to what you guys say. And you have to be mindful of what you say and do on social media. And I'm very appreciative of that. I thank God for social media, man. Let me just ran a stop sign. And social media allows me to be able to express myself in a positive manner. That's all I want to do. I don't want I'm not about expressing hate on social media. Things I may not like, but it's not the intent to hurt anybody. Never was my intent. It never will be. All right, guys. DJ Wolf. Like I said again, I got more to say about this and other stuff on the back burner. Thank you for following me. Thank you for listening. Really appreciate that. Again, it's DJ Wolf. Talk to you guys later.